progress.
Good evening, and welcome to this meeting of the Old Kings Highway Committee of the Town of Yarmouth, which is being held in accordance with Chapter 470 of the Acts of 1973 as amended at 7:15 p.m. on Monday, January 13th, 2025 at the Yarmouth Town Hall Hearing Room located at 1146 Route 28, South Yarmouth. Moreover, pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, considering certain COVID-19 measures, this meeting is being run in hybrid mode, including live participation, Zoom participation, conceivably some phone participation as well. 6 new applications for certificates of appropriateness and 1 new application for a certificate of demolition and 1 tabled certificate of appropriateness will be heard this evening in the order listed on the agenda. Please be reminded that our committee's main purpose is to review items for appropriateness and setting, and it is the responsibility of the applicant to comply with the regulations of other town boards and departments, including building, conservation, engineering, health, zoning, and the sign inspector. You should know that there is a 10 calendar day appeal period starting once a decision is filed with the town clerk. Any person aggrieved by our decision tonight can appeal to the Regional Commission of the Old Kings Highway Historic District. Our office administrator, Lisa Sherman, will be happy to answer any questions you may have regarding this process. So as some of you may already know, regarding process, our process here is to have the applicant and/or the applicant's representative, if present, to come to the table before us, speak into the microphones, identify yourself or yourselves, present your application without interruption from either this committee or from members of the public, after which I will ask the committee to make comments and/or ask questions, after which members of the public, especially including abutters, will be free to ask questions and/or make comments. And for that purpose, if present, if the public, the member of the public or the abutter would stand at the podium to my front left, speak into the microphone, identify yourself, where you live, and state your case. So the first application on the agenda tonight.
Chairman Wilkins, if I may, this is Liz Argo, and with the eventual resignation from this committee that I will be undertaking in the future, and with a quorum of current members of the committee, I'll recuse myself from tonight's decision-making. Thank you.
Okay. First application, 25-A001. CAG Investments is the owner. Turkelson Custom Sign is the agent. It's to install a new sign at 559 Route 6A. And do we have the owner or the agent or both here tonight or on Zoom?
Guess not.
Apparently not at this time. So I'll entertain a motion to table the application until the end of the meeting.
I make a motion table.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And aye. So we will move on to the second item on the agenda, which is 25-A002. It's to install 16 solar panels on the rear roof at 45 Setauket Road. Elena Rangelova, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, is the owner. Sunrun Installation Services is the agent, and I recognize the agent tonight.
Yes, good evening. Steve Kelly from Sunrun. And you pretty much described it, 16 panels going on the rear of the home. They're the typical black-on-black panels that we use. The house is on Setauket, and the panels would be visible from the road behind, the development behind, but it's not, there's a house in front of it, so it's not too bad. But nothing from Setauket.
Is that it, Steve?
That's it. Pretty
Okay.
simple. Straightforward.
Questions or comments from the committee?
Nope.
Any questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
Make a motion to approve?
Seconded.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So Steve, you know the drill. Don't forget to knock over the sign.
I know.
That's an in-joke for those of you.
Both of them this time.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. The next item on the agenda is 25-A003. It's to install 27 solar panels on the rear roof at 904 Route 6A. Christine and Bruce Goodwin are the owners, and Sunrun Installation Services is the agent.
Thank you. Steve Kelly from Sunrun. On this project, we're proposing 27 panels on the rear of the home. The home is straight on to Route 6A. It does have a side street, Walden Way, that if you were to go down Walden and come back around, it's a dead end. You will see the panels, but you really have to kind of crane your neck to see them. Nothing on the front of the house, and again, black on black panels with the black skirt.
Okay. Questions or comments from the committee?
Yeah, you really can't see it. You have to crane your neck, like you said.
Yeah, it's not easy to see.
Even from the side road.
Yeah, the picture that we submitted doesn't properly
No.
show it, in my opinion.
Well, we all went out to view the site, so we're familiar with it.
Sure.
Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this application.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.
Thank you.
So, Steve, have at it.
Five for five today. Three in sandwich, two here.
Oh, well, now, well.
Paper solar on paper.
You're on a roll.
Is that a personal best?
Beer. That deserves beer, I think.
Always happy when our applicants are happy.
Yep. Thank you. We considered buying the first house in Walden Way, Deb and I, when it was being developed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the house is great, but we just didn't, we just thought, you have to get in the car to do anything.
Good point. You don't.
I would have spent too much money at Peterson's.
The next item on the agenda is 24-A004. It's to construct a new single-family dwelling at 147 Route 6A. Judith Sokolowski?
Sokolowski, yes.
Okay, is the owner. I tried. Andrew L. Singer is the agent. And who do we have tonight?
Good evening. For the record, my name is Andrew Singer, attorney in Dennisport here representing the applicant, Ms. Sokolowski.
Gary Barber, designer.
Okay.
We appreciate your time this evening. This is, as you noted, actually, I looked at your agenda. This will be one of the few non-solar cases that you have this evening. No solar on this house, but we
I
are.
won't hold it against you.
Thank you. Are requesting permission for a certificate of appropriateness for a single-family house. Mr. Barber designed the house that's here. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. Ms. Sokolowski cited the house to try to blend in better with the streetscape, so being, it's a conforming distance from the road for setbacks, but it's about in line with the other structures. And trying to preserve more of the vegetation in the back of the property. And with that, if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
Okay, Dewey.
Yeah. Let's start with moving the stone wall. Let's sort of start at the beginning.
The stone wall?
Yeah, you say.
Yeah,
you
what
say
we're gonna do is-
relocate stones.
Yeah, we're going to create a driveway, and if you see on the site plan.
Yep.
We take the stones that we're removing where the driveway's going to be and making a return into the property.
Ah, great.
So we're not.
Perfect.
The stones are staying right on the property.
Exactly what I was
And also,
gonna
we might use a couple to rebuild some spots on the wall that need to be
Okay.
repaired.
Now, that tree is in need of maintenance.
We plan to do that, yes.
You're not
He
gonna
doesn't
re-
want to, we don't want to cut any trees on the rear of the property.
Right.
But there's one on either side of the property, and we will trim them up and do whatever we have to make them presentable.
Yeah, that needs some work. It broke off at the crotch, I see. I saw that today.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And if you get the vines off, it'll make a big difference too, because that crotch rotted, I could tell.
Say again?
Yeah, the crotch looked like it was rotted where it broke, where that piece broke off.
Yeah.
So if you take the vines off, you won't get water captured in spots like that.
Like I said, obviously, anything that is in front of the house, behind the house, we're really not going to touch, but anything that's in front of the
Great.
house, we're going to make look presentable. If it's got vines on it, we'll take them off.
Okay. Move on. These windows are a bit much. I'd suggest a small house like this, 2 windows in the front.
Okay, so in other words, leave the center one out?
Yeah, well, just space them equally,
Yep.
okay? That's a little more,
So there would be 2 windows instead of,
Right, so
well, I'd like to see that if, it's a bit much having 3 windows in that small space. And also the round window,
Yep.
usually up in a gable end into an attic, it's a square window maybe.
actually, the whole inside of this house is cathedral ceiling?
That's, I was, next question, exactly,
Yeah, but if you want to make that square instead of round, we
Yeah,
can.
I think it would be more in keeping with the neighborhood, yeah.
Okay.
So now, if you can describe what's happening with the roof here. Is this coming off at a 45?
Yeah, that roof follows, it's sloped from the gable that's behind it,
Yeah,
and it follows the slope of the left side roof.
gotcha. But, okay, but it doesn't meet that. Is this a valley in the roof here?
No, that's a valley for the roof that comes in the back where the stairs are.
Okay.
So this roof, the front gable sets back from the small gable,
Yeah, yeah.
and a roof is going to slope from the tall gable down to the eave, and it's going to follow the slope of the roof on the left.
Okay.
It's hard to draw.
Yeah, it is. So, but, okay, so from this gable here to this, it's gonna be 90 degrees? Or 45?
I don't understand your
Well,
question.
this roof here,
Yeah. Yeah, see the slope of the big roof in the back? That is going to follow, in other words, this roof that's pitching toward the front
yeah.
is going to follow that eve edge.
Okay, so we got two setback, same slope. Okay,
Correct.
because this is confusing to me. I got you. All right, and that ends up over the door.
Yes,
All right. And so where I'm seeing is, the door is, this is the rear.
door is
the
recessed
on the
back
front
under a
of-
porch.
Front of this section.
that's in the rear, right?
So the door is around the corner here. No, around the corner.
On the
of
side,
this.
rather, I meant.
Okay. I think that,
You're talking about this door here?
yeah, that's,
Yeah, that's the left side.
yep, that's facing the street.
No.
No.
The one in the front. This is the view, that's the view that faces the front. And the door, and that's actually the screen you're looking at. The door is solid.
Okay,
So that's the screen you're looking at. And that is set back 4 foot under the roof. So if you look at the floor plan, I gave you the floor plan. You'll see that door sits back 4'6" from the front of the house. So there's a covered porch there. See it?
yeah,
4'6", I'm seeing 2 feet.
okay. So, this is the front, 17 feet.
Okay, it's reversed.
Can I come up
Okay.
there just for a
Upside
second?
down.
Okay, all right, okay.
We're upside down. Yeah, please do. But see, I'm getting two doors here. and
Yeah,
this is-
this is on the left side. This is the front
But you
of the
got the
house.
door opening here.
That's correct. Because what it is it's another exit out of the house.
So there's a mudroom
This is kind of a mudroom, but it also is the area to go down cellar.
down into the basement.
Correct.
There's no door here.
There's no door there.
Okay, well, you'll talk.
There's a
to-
door at the bottom of the
Talk to the
stairs.
building department about that one.
Yeah. Oh, because it's wide.
I, just ask them if that's okay.
Okay.
It's okay with us because it's inside the house, but what we're trying, we want to determine just the outside.
Yep.
What we
Right.
can see, but what can mostly be seen
Right.
from the street
So really, this door is going to be the same as this door.
as that one.
Right.
Okay. That's good. No, it's a cool little house.
Yeah, it's
It's good. Fits on- yeah.
950 square feet,
Yeah.
not counting the basement.
Is that, that's okay. That'd be nice. You got two bathrooms, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, that answers my questions.
No questions? I have none.
Okay.
Any questions from abutters or other interested members of the public? I see that we do.
Hi, I'm Stephen David. I'm at 143 Route 6A, which is on the west side of, abutting the west side of the property. I had a question about the stone wall, which starts on our property about 2 to 3 feet before it gets to the property line. And so when you're moving this stone wall, I didn't know if that was allowed, but if it is allowed, what's going to happen to the stones that are on our property?
The stones, on your property, we're not touching anything.
Okay,
And we're really not touching any of the stone wall in the front except where we're going to have a driveway going through.
which is a sizable.
What we're going to do is, the driveway will probably be 12 feet.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is take 6 feet of the stones and make a return into the property. And take 6 feet of the stones and make a return into the property, because I know that they don't want to lose the ancient walls.
Yeah.
No,
Those are
we
really-
don't,
Oh, I know that.
yeah.
I sat on Kings Highway at Dennis, so
Okay.
I know what stone walls mean to the
Have you seen the
historic
site plan,
district.
Mr. David?
Excuse me?
Have you seen the site plan?
Yes, I have.
Okay, just, yeah, great.
Is the driveway permeable?
Is the what?
Is the driveway permeable?
Yes,
Okay. For the health of the tree.
Yeah, it'll be either stone or shells.
Okay. Well, I got news for you about
Sorry.
the tree broke in half, and it looks like it's rotten all in. A big chunk of the middle came out.
Right.
So I'm guessing an arborist would say it needs to come down.
Well, I'm guessing an arborist could say we could fix it too.
Well, if you saw the chunk that's missing, you might.
I did.
Doesn't it look unstable? To me, it looks unstable,
Oh,
like it might fall into the street.
We'll entertain an arborist, but it's,
Okay.
I think they'd have to come to us if they're gonna remove the tree.
Yeah, I just don't want it to fall on a car and hurt somebody.
No, no one does, yeah.
My other question, could I ask another question?
Yeah, sure.
You said that the trees in the back are not going to be affected, which are multiple.
They're going to be affected only because that's where the septic system has to go.
Yeah, you're putting a leaching field in the back of the property, which means all those trees are going to have to
No,
come out.
because we're not using trenched leaching field, we're using the chambers. So it's going to be a small area, but the owner of this property wants to maintain all the big trees. So that'll be located back there wherever we can, and we're only going to cut what we need to put to the septic system in.
Okay,
So,
okay.
you know,
The last question I would ask you about trees is there's a very big tree on our side of the property line that leans towards our garage, and the root system goes right where I think you're putting the driveway. So I'm worried that you're going to undermine the
you
tree.
live, looking at the property, you live on the right?
Yeah.
So your driveway kind of is going to abut ours,
Right.
except there'll be a planted area in between. I'm sure the owner would be more than happy to meet with you. We plan to go over there because trees are very important to her. And we're going to mark all of the trees that are going to be removed. And I'm sure that she would be willing to, have you come over and
Yeah.
make any comments.
Well, I'm just concerned, I mean, you're the planner, so that driveway, I think, hits right into the root system of that big tree in the back.
Okay.
So the one that's leaning towards our garage, if you go out there again. So I'm just worried that it's going to undermine that tree and it's going to come down.
If it's permeable, it shouldn't affect the root system. The root system, depends on the tree. Some trees, you need an arborist to tell you. Some tree, like a white oak tree will have a tap root that goes straight down. It'll go down 20 feet till it finds a water table. Other trees, the roots are on the surface. So that's why I asked about a permeable driveway, so that the water can reach the root system.
Well, this is an American elm, and the root system, for some reason, it's going this way. And so the root system goes sort of above, on the top of the ground
Okay.
into her property.
Yeah.
So I'm just worried if you cut that,
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to have an arborist, after we mark the trees that we feel need to come down.
Okay.
We're going to have an arborist come down and advise, and we'll be more than happy before anything's cut
okay,
to talk to you.
all right.
Is that okay?
That's all.
Are you satisfied, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Any other questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public?
Good evening. My name is Alda Watanabe, and we own the Inaho. I don't know if everybody knows the Inaho, but we're on 157
course we
Route
do.
6A. So I'm just curious when this project gets going, because we've had this in the past, is if you have trucks, if you have all these things that had to be working on the property, where are they all going to be parked? Because it seems like every time there's some kind of construction in that area or across the streets, they're all parking in my parking lot.
Oh.
And so, I mean, it's,
You would rather that not be the case?
Yeah, no, we will be parking on the property.
well,
The house is going to be set back 35 feet from the property line. And it's pretty much cleared now, so we will be on the property, or directly in front of the
Okay.
property. We
All
won't
right.
be going in, we won't go into anybody's parking lot unless we ask.
okay,
In fact,
because,
just also to help out, we're going to this Board of Appeals in a few weeks, and one of the conditions the Board of Appeals usually puts on is you have to put all your construction vehicles on site.
okay, yeah, because,
This is a small house, so it's not going to be, there's not going to be hundreds of people there.
no, but there'll be big trucks, and there's going to be
Biggest part of
equipment
the
there.
Job will be the foundation and the excavation. Once that's done, it'll be pretty much a
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
delivery truck and small pickup.
Yeah, because, I mean, like I said, we've had it in the past, but they just
So the
park
concrete-
there and then they don't ask.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
That
they
won't
just-
happen. I guarantee you that.
Not a word. Thank you so much. Can we do this? You know, they just assume, you know, they just drive in and out, you know?
Yep.
And you're trying to go into work and they're pulling out or, you know what I mean? So it's just, a little courtesy would go a long way.
Now, you're where again?
We're on,
Right-
Right here, this is her property. So this is
Oh,
her,
yeah.
they're right next to
You own this property right now, right?
no, we sure do. We hope so.
Oh, I'm thinking-
He's thinking the house between.
Oh, no, 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 no,
The
no.
Oh, all right, you're talking Inaho.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we will
Yeah.
not be parking.
Yeah.
Actually, she wanted to be able to enter, she thought that your driveway might be an easement driveway to get into her property.
To 153, yeah, to 153, but not 147, yes.
No, we will not be driving in Inaho,
Okay.
except maybe to eat.
That's fine. I just, like I said, you know, if there is a need, feel free to come and see us, but,
Yep.
you know, we just feel like every time we look at somebody's truck or we see somebody and we make eye contact, it's like we're doing something wrong.
No, I believe I'm going to also be kind of the project manager on this job. So I can, you were at Inaho at what time?
Sometimes 10, sometimes 11,
Okay.
and then we're there till 10, sometimes 11.
I will call you and give you my phone number, and I will, I will meet you there if there's a problem, but no one is going to be in the driveway.
I have a question as to, is there any windows or anything facing the parking lot?
Yeah, there is, but we have the house that's right next to us, between us, and that's going to block any view.
Oh, okay.
And they're really, the windows, this is the side that's going to face you. Yeah, so these two windows are where the house is. In the back here, there's nothing except this small window into a bathroom. Yeah, but they're going to have to look. at the roots. We're not taking any of the roots out. Septic system is going.
You know, in case
Yep.
they see,
No,
you know, lights flashing through the
no,
windows.
no.
Customers
Well, those will
parking
be
there.
behind the house, yeah.
Okay.
If you look on the site plan, yeah.
If the owner had her way, she wouldn't take any trees down.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
This is set back 35 feet. Will they be able to pour that from the street?
No, we'll have to drive onto the property.
They have to come in. The truck isn't gonna, how wide is your, you're gonna make a 12-foot wide driveway?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And obviously it'll,
Otherwise,
We're-
you can pump it in.
probably they will pump it.
I don't
But
think
we
they're gonna
still-
wanna drive in there.
Yeah, we still can't, the pump will probably go in there and the concrete truck will stay on the road.
Yes,
But the pump will probably have to go in.
I think so.
Yeah,
Who's doing the foundation?
I don't know.
Haven't put it out to bid?
We haven't gotten that far yet. We got to get past this in zoning board of appeals and then we'll,
Well, you're doing well so far.
So I'd like to review what your choices for materials are.
yep,
So you're using clapboard,
yes. On the front.
right?
And that would be also the front of the little stairway that goes down cellar, so anything you see from the street is going to be clapboard.
Okay,
The right side, the left side, and the rear are going to be bleached shingles.
cedar,
Yes,
the roof,
the roof is going to be black,
asphalt,
yes. Well, asphalt or fiberglass.
okay.
Asphalt is kind of gone now.
What about the windows?
The windows, that I need to ask you, the windows are going to be like they're shown, but I don't know whether you guys require grills on the exterior glass.
Yeah, we'd like to see true divided light.
Well, simulated true divided light. So it's
All right.
there's a grill on the outside, there's a grill in between, and there's a grill on the inside, and they're fixed.
Okay, so these are going to be thermal pane windows?
Yes, they are.
Okay,
By code, they have to be.
okay. So I,
Do you have a brand, in other words, Do you allow vinyl as long as they are not, they're not replacement windows, they are finned windows? In other words, they're new?
We would prefer not,
Okay, so you would prefer like a Anderson 400?
or architectural grade.
Yeah, well, Anderson 400 is an
Okay.
architectural grade.
Yeah, that's okay?
Okay, and you want grills on the exterior of the glass?
Oh, yes.
Not a problem.
All right, so now I'd like to be specific on the placement of the two windows. So, do we have a suggestion for them with
would just-
regard to that?
I would maybe just redraw this and this
Yeah, that is a bedroom
In the front?
in the front.
Okay.
There's a bedroom in the front and a bedroom in the back.
So just evenly spaced.
Yeah, so in other words, we,
Two windows evenly spaced on that wall.
So in other words, we have the space between the two windows and the space flanking the left and right window will all be the same.
Right,
right. So in other words,
Symmetrical.
in from the corner
yeah.
to the window, in between the windows, and in from the other corner, you want equal. Yep.
Okay.
It's, was it 1x4 trim?
Now, are you going to want this redrawn and submitted?
If we're clear on the windows, it seems to me that,
Yeah, I'm very clear.
yeah, I think we're good with that amendment to the application.
Okay. Now, are you preferable to the material of the window? Because the 400 series, you can get in a lot of different materials.
The non-glossy plastic is
Yeah, ideally not vinyl.
Okay.
ideally, well,
You wouldn't mind aluminum, though? Because,
anodized aluminum,
yeah, it would be white.
yeah. Yeah, we've allowed that before.
See,
Aluminum they have, Anderson now has a wood that is really not wood. It looks like wood, but it,
Oh, it has a grain in it.
it's not subjected to rot or anything. So we could use something like, as long as it looks like wood.
yeah,
That's the plan.
I mean, as I'm sure you can appreciate, this is in a very sensitive
Yep.
historic area of the,
really-
Now, again, the window at the top, we can still have that window, but it needs to be square.
Yeah, really.
do we want dimensions, specific dimensions about
Yeah,
that?
that probably would be 2 by 2.
I would imagine. And 4 panes, or 4 divided into 4
Yes,
to match the windows down below.
correct.
So in other words, if we take the overall height of the round window and the overall width of the round window and
Which is 2
square it
feet.
off.
I think you have to lower it a little.
Yeah, we'll
bit
just
to do
square it.
that.
It's what?
I think you'll have to lower it a bit if you do that.
Lower it, but I'm just talking about the dimensions.
Yeah, the dimension, right,
Yeah, because we don't want to be too close to the rake.
up too high, exactly.
No, I'm talking about the width and height. I'm not talking about the location.
Well, but no, what I'm saying is if you square it off, you're gonna end up over here.
Bring it all down.
Yeah, you
bring
have
it
to,
all down,
you'd bring it, lower it a little, yeah.
Right. What I'm saying is, do we feel comfortable with the existing extreme width and extreme height of this circular window and bring it all down, square it off? You know what I'm saying, John?
Yes,
Just bring it, yeah, but bring it down.
lower it a little. Yeah, lower it down, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to lower it at least one, these are 5-inch exposure, 5.5 on the clapboards?
Pardon me?
What's the exposure on the clapboards?
I believe I
5.5.
said in there, I think it's 4.
Oh, 4.
4 or 4.5. I said in the spec.
Yeah, you did. And I don't remember.
Let's see, 4-inch
4-inch.
4-inch, okay.
on the spec sheet, yeah.
You may have to lower it 2 clapboards.
Yeah. No, I'll make it so that the tips of the windows don't come too close to the rake.
Okay.
Right. But you understand my point about the overall height and width?
Yeah.
Yep. It would be 2 foot by 2 foot.
Okay.
With
Good with that?
split into 4.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
Split into 4, so it would look just like the lower ones.
Yes. I
All right.
If they sell that or not, that might have to be a special order. If it is,
It's not a problem today. Because
Okay.
now that they're into replacement windows, every
Yeah.
one of those is special order, so,
I think so.
yeah. And a 2-foot by 2-foot, you know the barn windows that they have, the little square barn windows? That's kind of what they are, is 2-foot by 2-foot.
Yeah.
So the 2-foot by 2-foot is not a problem. It won't open, though. It'll just be a
No,
fixed
doesn't
window.
have to. Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine.
All right, any other questions or comments, either from the committee or the public on this? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Now, are we going to have to put, and
Yeah, that all has to be written down. So,
okay. I'll make a motion to approve with the adjustments of the 3 front windows, or the 4 front windows, actually.
No, there's 3.
Well, 3 there.
Oh, yeah, the upper
Right.
one, yes.
Okay? And we've agreed on the adjustments, everyone?
Amen.
Okay.
good, seconded. All in favor of approving the application as amended?
Aye.
Oh, further discussion?
No further discussion, anyone? No? You guys are good?
We're good?
Okay.
All right,
Everybody?
Aye,
Aye.
and aye. So let me write up the amendment, sir,
well done.
gentlemen.
Signed. I was taking notes as well, if you have a question.
Yeah,
Good.
I think I've got everything.
Are you a lawyer or something?
You want exterior,
It's all recorded.
yeah, it's exterior grills. The 3 windows in the front are going to go to 2 windows, equally spaced.
Yeah.
The shell, it's going to be a shell or stone driveway. And the upper window is going to be lowered a little bit so it doesn't come too close to the rake, and it's going to be a 4-light window, square, 2 by 2.
Yep, yeah. You found a great spot.
Yeah.
That's,
I think it's going to fit very well with the neighborhood because there is a lot of gingerbread-type houses there, and this is kind of a small, little Victorian-type house. I think it'll fit in well. And it's actually going to be further back than any of the houses on either side.
which is good. Yeah. Farther away from the street, the better.
Because I think the house on the left is only like 10 feet in from the property line.
Yeah.
So, for the purpose of this amendment, the relationship of the applicant with Jane Barrows Tatabouye, who is says the owner is Jane Barrows Tatabouye, TR of the Barrows Group Atlantic Realty Trust.
The applicant is the prospective buyer.
Okay. So, Lisa, who do I,
I'd probably put the prospective owner, since she's the one who's
that's what I thought, just so.
asking for all this.
so Ju-
Yeah, Judith, right, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so whose phone number is this? 508-398-2221. That's yours. All right, well, we're going to use that number, so.
Another billable hour.
Lisa, I'll count on you to sort this out.
Fill in the rest of it, you'll fill in the,
Sorry. Your face is red.
Yeah, it does that.
Yeah, the septic system on this has to go in the rear because I guess the soil in the front of the property is not suitable for septic, because there used to be a house there.
Oh, really?
Red house, like right across the street, that used to be on this lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
So that's what the Down Cape said, that they can't put the septic system in the front because of the fact that the soil is not acceptable. That's why it's going in the back.
Okay. Oh, so it's already been perked?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And designed.
Right? Yeah, I saw that.
They had this property, I guess, with another client. That's why we chose them, because they had already done all of it.
Oh, okay.
The other client was gonna put a store in the
Yes.
rear
Yeah, exactly.
and parking in the front.
So I noticed the real estate sign says sale pending. So where are we on that process?
We gotta,
Your step one
Okay,
is the
predicated on all acceptance by us and others, it'll go through. Okay.
ZBA also approves, then it'll go to sale closed.
To revisit the Inaho question for them, you said the foundation was going to be the messy bit that would cause trucks to potentially distress Inaho. How long does that part of the project take?
as far as the foundation,
Yeah,
probably 3-4 weeks, tops.
What's the
the hole is
foundation going to
dug.
be, what's the foundation material?
Concrete.
Exposure?
The rest of it is just lumber, so.
There is a limit on the exposure.
Yes, I believe I put 8 inches. I think you allow 12.
Yeah,
Actually, I put 6.
good, even better.
And if you look on the site plan, it shows 6.
Well, this is more, it's mainly a matter of trying to get all the, who owns what, who's the agent, get that.
Exactly. But
And I've probably made a fine mess of it, but Lisa will fix it.
Lisa will straighten it out.
So,
I definitely will, yeah. Yes.
okay.
That many changes. Yeah, yeah.
Are these corner boards on this front gable?
Corner boards, yes.
Yeah. So are we judging the spacing from the inside edge of the board? Okay.
He's talking about, so
Inside or outside?
No, inside.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's, so you want the clapboards to be the equal.
Right, just want to be clear on this.
Yeah, and the windows, you want to be spaced from the corner board, correct?
Right.
The inside of
Outside
the.
and the
Inside edge is
Inside of the corner board?
what our contractor recommends.
Yeah, so that the clapboards are
Yep.
equal length.
And the square window in the gable is going to be 2/2 or 1/1?
2/2.
Okay. And brought down how far?
Probably, yeah, if it's 4-inch exposure, two more clapboards. The top of it will meet the bottom of this. I'm gonna lower it 8 inches.
Say what?
You're gonna lower it 8 inches,
Yep.
All right,
okay?
that's easy. Okay, so,
And I trust your judgment if it doesn't
Yeah,
look.
we
if-
don't want to have
Oh,
a
you-
little tiny piece of
I've
plywood.
been impressed with the presentation.
Yeah.
Where it's cathedral ceiling inside, if we lowered it, like 8 inches or 10 inches or 12 inches, it's really not gonna, we just want to make sure it looks good from the outside.
Right.
Okay, so,
It's not gonna be-
anyway, so
You
I
have to jiggle a little bit. If it doesn't look right to you, I
need
trust
you
your
to
judgment.
sign, Chairman, oh, right here. So I'll read this for the record. Change the 3 front windows to 2 equally spaced from each other and from the inside edges of the corner boards. The round window in the gable will be changed to a square window, 2/2, brought down 8 inches.
Yep.
Okay, we understand one another. Great. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Oh, I need to revise it. Changes amended. The next item on the agenda is 25-A005. It's to install 26 solar panels on the front and rear roofs of 59 Barnacle Road. Jared Golan is the owner, and Freedom Forever, MALLC, is the agent. And who do we have? Looks like we have someone on Zoom. Are you?
He's for the first one that we skipped by. We're having Zoom problems tonight. He couldn't get in,
Oh.
so he's there for the first item, the sign.
Oh,
but-
okay.
Yeah.
All right,
But I don't see anybody on from Freedom Forever.
all right.
Okay,
Call in.
well,
So, sir, if you'll be patient, your item has been tabled to the end of the meeting because you were unfortunately late, so you'll have to wait. I'm sorry.
apologize for that.
But not, hopefully for not very long, we'll see. So do we have Mr. Golan or Freedom Forever present tonight? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to table this application to the end of the meeting.
Okay, make a motion to table 25-A005 to the end.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So, we will move on to 25-A006 to install 20 solar panels on the front roof at 38 Mariners Lane. Roy Robinson is the owner, Freedom Forever MALLC is the agent. I have a feeling we're going to be tabling this one.
That way.
Do I hear a motion there too?
Motion to table application 25-8A8006.
Okay, second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Now, we are on to 25D001. It's to remove a barn at 33 Railroad Avenue. Jeff and Maureen Stewart are the owners. ERT Architects
Good evening, gentlemen.
is the
Evening,
agent.
sir.
My name is Eric Tolley of ERT Architects, representing Jeff and Maureen Stewart. Not much to this one.
No,
Oh,
no.
Just looking for your blessing to take down this rickety old shack.
I got it.
It is that.
So, Now that you've led the horse to water, are we going to drink?
You like how I do that?
Yeah.
Any
Called the
questions? or-
power of suggestion.
Well done. Any questions or comments from the committee?
No, sir.
No.
Just to be clear, this is the one with the wreath currently on the door, the Christmas
You know
wreath?
what? I have not been by
It
it.
must be because it's the only outbuilding that I saw on the property.
We,
All right.
we finished the house earlier this year. That was approved by you all.
Right.
I don't know how long ago, but I hope we all agree that very nice little house fits nicely into that neighborhood. But,
Right.
I'm sure.
Yep.
Okay. I don't see abutters or other interested members of the public either present or on Zoom. So if there are no further questions or comments from the committee, I will entertain a motion on this application.
Motion to approve application 25-D001.
It's been moved.
Second?
It's been seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Have a good evening.
Okay, just be kind enough to sign this before leaving.
Today's the 13th, right?
Full moon.
That means I am not going to sleep very well tonight.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Okay, good evening.
Take care.
Does that mean he's a werewolf?
Apparently.
It's a wolf move, so you
sure.
never know.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Wolf pack near his backyard.
Well, that was an interesting observation.
Okay, back to the sign. I believe.
Well, we got to do the tabled item first.
Table item,
Yeah.
Trinity Solar. Right.
Okay. All right, we have one tabled item on the agenda tonight, so I'll need a motion to untable 24-A144.
Motion to untable 24-A144.
Second?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of untabling the application signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And aye. And now we will hear 24-A1444. It's to install seventh solar panels on the rear roof at 859 West Yarmouth Road. Kelly Moran is the owner, and Trinity Solar, Inc. is the agent. Do we have either here tonight? Boy, we're really striking out on some of these applications. All right, I'll entertain a motion. This is good for you, though, so I'll entertain a motion to table this application until the end of the meeting.
Motion to table.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And aye. Okay, now, dealing with the tabled applications. So, the first one,
This is 001. The sign.
25-A001, to install a new sign at 559 Route 6A. CAG Investments is the owner. Turkelson Custom Sign is the agent. Do I hear a motion to untable this application?
I move to untable.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye, and now we will hear 25-A001, and you are on.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Yep.
Oh, great. No, I appreciate it. Yes, we are rebranding Pizza by Evan, and we came up with a new logo and new design for the sign. So keeping the posts in place and just replacing the existing sign.
Okay.
And my apologies, I could not get on earlier. I'm usually pretty good with this stuff, so I apologize for not.
Well, you
being
have good, you're in good company tonight because there are others, and you actually showed up, which
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about the other tabled applicants. So,
Lisa was great. She kept emailing me on how to do it, so.
all right. Any questions or comments from the committee on this application?
Yeah, we're oversized on this.
Really? Okay.
I believe so.
I went on the, from the sign guy, I had him do the whole entire,
The
measurements
building
on it
department?
based on.
Are you
We
talking
went
about the
through
building department?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Our rules, our regulations are 12 square feet, and you're at 22. But we can,
Well, how big is the current sign?
it's only about like
Yeah, the
this.
current
It's kind of an
sign is-
oval.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's oval. It's the same width, but I think it goes down, I want to say 30 inches at the most, 35 inches. I should have had that
It's
measurement.
wider than it is,
Yeah, right now it's
Wide.
wider than
It's-
it is, yeah, on the length of the,
it's almost half the size of this one, I think.
yeah.
Do you need all of the rivulets below the lettering?
Well,
Um,
those are the
well, I
flats.
mean, it's, yeah, it's part of the, yeah.
Do you need all of
exactly.
them as well?
Good, yeah, it's a flat. The problem that I had before was that the sign, I've been there a year, and the number one complaint from the customers was like, you need a bigger sign.
Sign.
So that's where we're going for, as big as we could possibly get. I didn't realize it was bigger than,
Well, I mean, it's way down the street. It's not like in the village center. And it's true that you can drive right by that sign now and not see it. So,
You're intent on keeping the sign in its present location. Obviously, you'd have to get
Yeah.
a new post and,
yeah.
yeah, it's in
Yeah.
a good location, yeah. Yeah.
can we,
Can you just
Can we-
Yeah, let's go ahead.
I was just going to say, can we compromise on this? I'm all a big proponent of compromise. Maybe reduce the size of the letters and a few fewer flats.
Well, how about if you just
Yeah.
take the whole thing and just scale it smaller? I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't even have to be, I'm not talking about
kind of
make it half as big. I'm talking about
Yeah,
making
yeah,
it
yeah,
like
yeah.
2/3 as big, something like that. 3/4 as big.
What's the total square, what's a
I
total
think
square foot
I
that's
think you've got like
regulation?
22 square feet now. Measure, multiply 48 by 68 and divide it by a square foot, which
Yeah,
is,
you're spot on.
You're doing the math?
Well, it's 4 by 5.5, which is 22.5.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And what's the regulation?
well, I mean, we make exceptions, but that's a big
Yeah.
exception.
Yeah,
What would,
I
what
could
would
just tell 'em, a
3/4 of
square
that
footage
be?
as well.
Pretty nice, 17 feet.
That's okay. What do you think about that? 3/4,
17?
just take the whole thing and scale it down. I mean, it's the sign isn't made yet, right?
Yeah, no, it's not made yet. no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Could you scale it down to 3/4 of what you're asking for?
Yeah. yeah.
I think it'll still be able to be seen. It's the same exact sign, just,
Yeah.
25%.
I mean, if I do the same width as what's currently there, and like you say, bring it up, like you say, scale it down, but,
Well,
You mean,
3/4 of the
you
size
cut the
is-
bottom of it off?
that's what you're suggesting.
yeah, we basically,
Same
like you
width.
said, make the words small, the, sign, keep flats smaller and bring everything up. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Okay. I mean, this is.
So you're not
this
in
is-
favor of just scaling everything down?
Oh, no, I can scale it down. I'd like to try to keep the width.
That's,
Okay.
okay.
But I understand what you're saying.
lose-
If you scale it down, it'll, everything will shrink. But I'm not opposed
see,
to that.
what,
I'll do some renderings from him, and then
So how are you going to, okay, so in maintaining well, in maintaining the same width, but making it shorter, that's your idea for scaling it down, right?
Well, I'll have him put different computer,
Yeah.
models together, kind of what he did here. But either way, we'll make it smaller. And if that doesn't work, like you say, we'll just scale the whole thing down, proportionately.
Well, if we're going to vote on this tonight, we have to have a meeting of the minds as to exactly
Suppose-
what
So I'll
it's
do
going to
that.
look
I'll
like.
scale the whole thing down so it's 3/4 of the size.
So that affects both the height and the width.
That-
And the
Everything
width,
gets reduced.
So
Yes.
if you want to just take the bottom off,
Yeah.
suppose to still have the idea
My thought.
of it looking like the flats.
Yeah.
You're gonna need at least 3 of those
Yeah, that,
And
wavelengths,
I think that would be great. I still think we can I still think it'll look great, even with just have 3 of those, to
all
be
right,
honest
so
with
now, this was my original idea. So, we're gonna have fewer flats. We're gonna have the
Yeah.
same width, but it's gonna be considerably shorter. Yeah,
That's
Can
fine.
you see that? I don't
Yeah.
know if you can see that.
So if we're 68 inches now, just so I'm exactly sure, how many inches would it
I don't have a
reduce?
scale.
17?
Hey, wait,
417s is 68. If you like a
Okay.
quarter off,
Okay.
it's yours.
so currently, if we're defining the flats as the white
Light,
squiggles,
yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave,
reduce it from 7 to 3.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, perfect.
Does that sound all right?
That's gonna be fun. Yeah,
I actually think it'll look better.
yeah, yeah, I do too. I do
And
too.
it might cost less.
Yeah, no, it will.
We don't want to design your sign for you because it's a pretty cool sign.
Yeah, he
I
did a
like
great
it.
job. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All right, so what does that give us dimension-wise?
Existing
ask the
width,
mathematician.
48 across and 51 down.
Okay, 51.
Okay. Yep,
Square footage?
that'll work.
51 times
That's
48.
4 1/4.
You know, I won the freshman math prize in high school, but that was a
17.
very long time ago.
17.
17 square feet.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. And
Okay.
that's
Perfect.
reasonable. And you'll still be able to see it, I think.
Oh, yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
bigger than what's there now, so, yeah.
That is a small sign.
And the modification is such that we can approve it tonight,
Right.
Yeah.
rather than making you come back with a new design,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so you can get underway with your sign.
Yeah, we won't even
Thank you.
request,
All right.
special.
Well, I'll make an amendment, but it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty straightforward. Okay, so it'll be, instead of 48 by 68, it's going to be 48 by
51.
51. Okay. All right. I don't see any abutters or other interested members of the public. Are there any other comments or further discussion from the committee? If not, I'll entertain a motion on the application.
Move to approve as amended.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the application as amended, signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I won't make it quite as big a mess of this
Quite
one.
all right. Quite all right. Oh, thank you. Okay, sounds good.
Good night, all.
Right, Liz.
Good night. What's the ultimate height? 51? 57? What was it?
Was that 51?
51, yeah.
51 by 48.
Very good.
I think that'll be a lot better. So it looks like we're gonna table 3 items.
Probably.
They all going on the next, are we gonna end up with 15 applications?
No, only 8. This would make 8. There's only 5.
Okay. All right. We'll have to go through the process.
Yeah.
It won't take too long.
No.
Okay, so, just in case,
Do you want to sign for that?
I thought we did it.
Oh, did we? Sorry. Good job, you're
It's
chairman.
always good to keep me on my.
Good job,
toes.
you're chairman.
Entirely possible that I will have forgotten. All right,
All right.
so we have 3 more applications that we tabled until the end of the meeting. And the first one is,
005?
yep, 25-0005. Do I have a motion to untable that application?
Make that motion?
Seconded?
Seconded.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Now we will call 25-A005, and seeing no one present, I will entertain a motion to table it until the next meeting.
Motion to table 25-A005 application.
Has it been seconded?
Yes, second.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye,
Aye.
Aye.
and aye. So the next one is,
6006.
yep, 25-A006. Motion to untable.
Motion to untable
Second.
application.
Been moved and seconded. All in
25A006.
favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. And seeing no one present, I will entertain a motion to table that application until the next meeting.
Motion to table same application until the next meeting.
Second.
Okay, and the last one is 24-A144. Do I have a motion to untable that application?
Motion to untable 24A114.
And it's been seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And now do I hear a motion to table 24-A144 until the next meeting?
Motion to table.
Well, how many times should we table something?
Yeah.
People don't show up.
Motion
Don't
to
know,
table.
but all in favor of tabling until the next meeting signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Now, we move on to approving the minutes of the December 9th meeting. Do I hear a motion there, too?
I didn't read those, I admit.
Well,
Motion to approve the minutes from December 9th,
want to move
2024.
despite that, so we can get it done?
Yeah.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Trust Lisa.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, under new business, there is a proposal being put forth to establish an American Revolution monument at Thatcher Park, AKA the town playground. And fortunately, one of our committee members is present tonight, John Stewart, and I'd like to hear what what your observations were about that meeting.
It was, but it was very productive, actually. Initially, there were two areas that were under consideration, one on this opposite side of the playground towards the street, but as you're facing it on the left-hand side, but, well, I suggested that that's gonna get in the way of kids playing ball. So the other area that was considered was back at the point, farther down the street. And it's kind of secluded, it's quieter, and everyone agreed. There's also a spigot there for plantings. So it's pretty idyllic. I think a couple of benches, I suggested one bench, I think two would probably be better. And it's exactly what I thought, an obelisk.
So the design and scale of this monument is yet to be established.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, it's granite, it's gonna be granite. They were gonna leave the granite selection up to the artist who designed it, but really, I mean, it's gonna look like, I'm thinking it would taper at the top most likely, and they're looking for our input too. So I'm thinking it's gonna look like the Bunker Hill Monument, really.
All right,
It's a
so,
small one, but it has to be big enough to put a whole bunch of names on it. It was 70-something% of the men in Yarmouth at the time went off to war, to that war. It was the majority of men in town went to that war.
Amazing.
Yeah, it really was. So the women were
If only
taking,
if only the opponents had realised the scale.
yeah.
so this is in the preliminary stages
Right,
still.
it's not completely designed, but
They have asked for our input, and inasmuch as there are only three of us present tonight to render our input, I don't know that there's very much beyond what our contractor, John Stewart, has reported. I can tell you that I would concur with him that just looking, being familiar with the Thatcher Park and the configuration of it, I think the location at the back is preferable based on what I currently know now about what it's going to look like. So we're not in a position to, and we're not asked to vote on this tonight.
No.
We're just asked to,
Considerations and,
exactly, how do we feel about it collectively, and do we have any guidance at this point? And I think it would be imprudent of us to make any on-the-record decisions based on the fact that there are only three of us present tonight. So we will probably continue this discussion at a subsequent meeting, I would think. Yes, Lisa, you're,
As John pointed out, really the only thing at this point was finding the location.
Yeah.
We are sending out requests for proposals actually tomorrow, and allowing people to bid on the project, which would include the design, and as John pointed out, it's going to be granite.
right.
And so they will be coming back to you as things go along and keep you guys informed so that you're aware of what's going on and, and throughout the whole process. And there'll be public meetings and such as well. So it was just a heads up for you that they were planning this because it is in the district.
All right. Well, I think that we would be in a better position to render an opinion about the location if there were more of us present. And so I would
That's a good
suggest that we continue this discussion, put it on the agenda for the next meeting, when hopefully Cindy Ecker will be present, and Liz Argo will be present. That's undetermined at this point, but we have more input from more heads, more brains on the matter. Okay, the next meeting is January 27th, 2025. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Why do we have election of chair and vice chair up here?
Did I miss that? Election of chair for vice chair, that should have been done at the beginning.
Figured since there weren't many people here, I didn't know if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Refer that to.
Yeah, I think it would be,
think
for the
it's
same
better
reason,
idea.
probably better to,
The next time.
Either that
Yeah.
or just make Cindy the chair and you, well, she's not here.
right, that's a great idea.
That works for
I
you?
like it. All right, so, yeah, I overlooked that,
No, it's
as a
okay.
matter
I
of
figured
fact.
since there are only 3 of you here that you
All
might
right.
want
Yeah, I
to push
think-
that
okay.
off. So
All
Cindy's
right.
not here. So you want to do that next time?
Yes.
Let's put that on
Yep.
the top of the agenda for next time. And do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And aye. We are adjourned.